Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Melissa and this is the Jackalope Farm. You guys are a little overdue for a rabbit update, so let me get you that. Hold on one second, we'll go into the pasture pens. What you doing, sassy girl? And what I wanted to show you guys today was a update on the bunny bubblers. And just kind of, oh, there's also another surprise. I'll show you that in a second. Alright, so here's the update for the bunny bubblers. We went and bought some garbage can lids to put over the top of this. Main reason was if this was just left to open air, you can imagine that this is just exposed to birds and all that, and it got pretty nasty pretty quick, and I was tired of cleaning it regularly. So now I can keep it clean just by keeping it covered. This also keeps the mosquitoes out of it. What you'll notice though is the lid is slightly smaller than the basin itself. We didn't do that on purpose. We thought they would fit over the top, but it's actually a good thing that it's undersized because as you can see, while the fountain is running, because it is solar powered, it drips down on the inside. So we may lose a little bit of water that's coming off from the handle portion, but for the most part it's all dripping right back in. So get these uncovered. Focus mainly in the middle. There we go. What are you doing? Hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. The other two running around. Hi. You're a good girl. What you doing? Hi. So, if you've not been around rabbits at all, they do a lot of this nuzzling when they come up. If they want something, they will nuzzle. They'll literally headbutt you. So maybe calling it a nuzzle is a little too gentle. Because they're pretty forceful about it when they're trying to get a point across to you. Hi. The blue does are pretty close to being full grown now. Gertie, my black doe, she is not full grown yet. She's still got a little size she can put on. I think she's a little younger than the other two. She's by far the sweetest rabbit I have. Somebody is patiently waiting for me to get in here and uncover his fountain. Come on it, buddy. I know. There you go. Yours is barely spritzing because it's behind the pumpkins. There you go. Handsome boy. He's another sweetie too. Yeah, you can see the water is kept nice and clean. I haven't cleaned this out now in 2 weeks. Hi, bud. What you doing? You a handsome boy? He's getting a big old blacky head. Yeah. Hmm? Do you need pets? Do you need pets? I get a little annoyed that it's not the full fountain. Yeah, so bunny bubblers. Bunny approved. All right, so you guys ready for the surprise? And here's the surprise. 2 new bucks. Joe and I took a little road trip up to see our rabbit lady and added 2 bucks to our herd. And if you're wondering if the color is off, it's not the camera. So yes, this is a blue buck, and you've seen blue rabbits before. This is a chocolate. Now, silver foxes come in 4 colors. Only 2, I believe, are presently recognized in the show world, and that's going to be the blacks and the blues. The other 2 colors are chocolate and lilac. And I'm not going to pretend to know everything about the genetics with the coloration. It has to do with dilute genes, and there's a lot to it that I don't recall from biology class. So if I really want to start getting creative with colors, I'm going to have to look into that a little more. But mainly this was so we could get a little diversity in our herd. And that chocolate buck is super cute. So for names, I was thinking Floki or Loki for the little blue one. And if you haven't picked up on the fact that all of our rabbits are named after like Viking type names, we've got Rollo, Gertie, Hilda, Helga, and then this one will be Floki or Loki. Haven't decided yet. And we're driving home, and I'm like, man, we need another name for the chocolate rabbit. And we're driving by a field. I'm like, oh, beef cows. And then Joe now wants to name this rabbit Beef Cow. And that is not his name. But unfortunately, I think it's probably going to stick because he is insistent on calling the little chocolate bunny Beef Cow. They're going to be in here for a while. I'm not going to let them out into the pasture pens until I have them completely on our feed. And if you don't know, rabbits can be really sensitive to changes in food. So right now they just have water and straight hay, making sure they're going to the bathroom regularly, and we'll add pellets in a day or 2. And then after that, after they've been on that for a little while, what we'll do then is take them out to the pastured pens. The other issue is that they're really tiny. Rollo is at least twice, if not 3 times the size of these little guys right now. So not exactly fair to put them out in the pen with a big old buck who's probably going to get a little pushy with both of them. They'll be fine when they're full grown, and they will settle their pecking order out there, and it won't be a big deal. But it'll be fun to watch them play. All right. All right, so it's the next day, and I actually wanted to show you something else. Let's talk about Amaranth for a minute, and mainly because I'm trying to use it to offset as much feed cost as possible. And Amaranth is an ancient grain. The entire plant is edible, even for human consumption. I've tried it. I didn't really care for it. I thought it was pretty bitter, but I also didn't try cooking it or adding it to anything else. And I'm sure if I looked up ways to actually eat it and make it delicious, I'm assuming that there's probably recipes out there. I just did not get into it that much, but I'm growing it mainly for the animals. Not only can you use it to eat the plant itself, like in its full-grown form, but you can save the seeds, and you can use the seeds to grow microgreens. So it's a very versatile plant, and I want to show you how much of it I have growing right now. Hold on. All right, we did get hit by a windstorm. If you didn't watch one of my previous videos, I was talking about it there. But anyway, don't worry about the corn being knocked over. We're in the process of fixing it. The Amaranth did not get laid down. This is the latest bed that I put in, and it doesn't get a whole ton of sun, and it's kind of scattered throughout the day. You can actually see the pattern that the sun is able to hit this with all the trees that are in the area. It's kind of cool, but the entire plant is edible. The rabbits don't mind chewing on it at all. Rollo is probably the biggest fan. He's my bigger buck. He's the biggest fan of this. And then we've got another row. Another row right here. This is actually planted at the same time, but it gets way more sun. This is already waist high on me. This is what I'm going to start harvesting and just pulling it straight up out of the ground and drying the whole stalk, everything. I'm going to dry it in the greenhouse. And that's a 25-foot, both of those are 25-foot rows. So all the way. And this is red garnet amaranth. I believe all varieties are completely edible. I could be wrong, so if you decide to look into the ancient greens, make sure you are looking up the variety that you're buying. This is interesting. I got one solid green amaranth that came up. How cool is that? I prefer the red. I think it looks better. It gives a lot of contrast in the yard. And all of this is grown from seed that I grew out from last season. And over here by the fence, got more red garnet planted over here. And this is what the seed heads look like. Right now it's just flowering. All this is for seed for next season. And the leaves as well. I don't know how edible it is once it goes to seed. I don't think the rabbits will be that picky, to be honest. And then over here, hold on, let me go to the other side of this thing. And over here we have the big bed of red garnet and sunflowers. This is all for the animals. Sunflower seeds make fantastic microgreens or sprouts, so that's what we're growing that for. Both our quail and the rabbits will eat it. And then the amaranth, again, is mainly for the rabbits. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for watching. And I'll be sure to give you some more updates as these guys grow. They're a little chocolate duck. Pretty cool. All right, well, I'm going to go fill that greenhouse up with some amaranth. I will probably sneak some video of that in here just at the end. But have a good weekend. You guys take care.